Did you know that 74% of Canadians under 35 are stressed about money all the time? And nearly half have less than $25,000 saved for retirement, even in their 30s and 40s. If that hit a little too close to home, the good news is you're not alone. And this video is for you. Today, we're breaking down one of the most honest Canadian money surveys that I've actually seen in a while. It was done by Wealthsimple. Real data, no BS, and there's going to be a 5-step money plan at the end, depending on where you are in your financial life. Listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a millennial who paid off $100,000 in debt. What do I know? And obviously with that much debt, I kind of figured things out the hard way. So let's see how the rest of Canada is doing and how you could do better. Let's break it down. The first finding that I found interesting was that everyone is stressed about money. According to the study, 2/3 of Canadians and 3/4 of people under 35 said that they're obsessed or stressed about finances. If you live in a big city or you're a woman, those numbers actually jump up even higher. Why I find this interesting is because this really shows that we're really all in the same boat. And to be honest, misery loves company. So let's be miserable together. Subscribe. But this also makes me optimistic because this is all really solvable with a bit of education. So what's causing your stress? And finding number 2 is that the cost of living is crushing us. The average Canadian makes just over $57,000 a year. After taxes and housing, you're left with about $2,000 a month, which with inflation is basically monopoly money. This is a big realization for me because that just means it's a big glaring sign of you have to live within your means. And this is why it's so important. Unfortunately, no one wants to sacrifice. No one wants to lower their housing or sell their car or stop getting Starbucks coffee. Those that do make those sacrifices for the greater good of their future, those are the ones that end up ahead. And I hate to say it, but I was that person. I was that guy who was unwilling to make sacrifices, but yet when I did, I actually came out further ahead. It only took a couple years. But if we're this stretched, how are people even thinking about retirement? Also, still nothing in here. I don't know why I'm holding this. Finding number 3, according to the survey, is that Canadians think that they need $1.3 million to retire. That number, if you really think about it, is wild. And most people aren't even close. This number, of course, varies based off of the life that you want to live in retirement. If you're living a $10 million lifestyle right now, do you expect to live a $10 million lifestyle when you retire? And again, it's tough to really think about how large that number really is. Like, picture that right now. Look at your checking account. Can you imagine $1.3 million? What will 1.3 even get you in 30 plus years? Like, will it even be worth that much anymore? Is that going to be like the new floor? And then it gets you to think, it's like, so many people have dreams of retiring early. Is that even possible with that amount of money? Do you need to double that, triple that? So if we continue on in this survey, if we're not saving that much, are we at least trying? The fourth finding in this survey is that apparently we're not even close to getting to that number that we just spoke about, the 1.3 million. Listen, most Canadians know that we need to save for retirement, but actually doing it, that's a whole different story. Over half of the people surveyed don't even have $25,000 saved across all age groups. This, of course, can be difficult to do, but it is doable if you budget properly, pay yourself first, and prioritize debt repayment and your emergency savings. It's not impossible. It just has to be minimal and at least starting. Now, does this mean there's absolutely no hope for us in the future? Well, there is, because in finding number 5, believe it or not, most Canadians are actually using their TFSAs and RRSPs. Over 80% of people surveyed have a TFSA and 62% of them have an RRSP. Those are actually really great tools, especially if you're broke but trying to grow something. Here's my recommendation. Talk to your employers, see if they offer a company match. This is an absolute game changer to your retirement. It's literally free money. And again, this drastically changed for me because it changed how I would look for employment. If there wasn't a company match, chances are I didn't want to go there because my focus is retirement. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. Now, TFSAs, that's up to you, but it's important to make it a part of your budget. What this finding in the survey shows me is that clearly there's an effort and people are getting more educated, and again, they're trying. Unfortunately, inflation's kind of kicking our ass. There's still nothing in here, I'm joking. Okay, so people are clearly broke, stressed, but they're trying. So what's the actual plan here? Luckily for you, I've split it into 2 sections. One plan if you're young-ish, and a second plan if you're mid-career and less young-ish, like me. Did I say career? Career? Did I pronounce that wrong? Okay, so here's a money plan if you're in that youngish category. If you're in your 20s or your early 30s, here's Wealthsimple's 5-point plan. And honestly, it kind of slaps. Number 1, focus on building your future earning power. Get more skills, like just get them. Learn more skills, obviously, and invest in your career. Number 2, take smart risks. This is the time to do it. Try new cities, switch jobs, test business ideas and fail fast, and learn from them. That's the most important part. Tip number 3 is pay off high interest debt. Anything 7% interest or more, kill it. This debt will drag you down if it's not taken care of. Number 4, start saving, even if it's small amounts. Build habits now, not later. You don't want to be in your 30s and 40s and you can't afford to pay for your favorite OnlyFans model's designer bag addiction. And tip number 5, invest in the stock market. Don't let the fear of a dip stop you from moving forward. That cash under your mattress is going to be worthless in 20 years. Tip number 2, that one is probably the most important one in my opinion, because you got to take chances. But the important part is that you learn from those mistakes. Assuming it's a mistake, you might strike it on the first try, who knows? So what if you're not young-ish? What if you're in your 30s already, losing your hair, grinding your teeth in your sleep, and feeling behind? So if you're in your mid-30s and already mid-career, these are your marching orders. Number 1, keep growing your income. If it's flatlined, explore a new job in a different industry maybe. Number 2 is get insured, especially if you have family. Number 3, you max out your tax shelters. Think FHSA, RESP, RRSPs. Number 4, save 20% of your income. It's aggressive, but doable with proper budgeting. Free budget spreadsheet in the description below, by the way. And number 5, add some bonds. Yeah, you're a bond person now. Not every investment needs to be volatile. So according to the survey, you're clearly trying, but you just need that extra nudge. Subscribe and I'll nudge the hell out of you after you hit that notification bell. Whether you're 25 and broke or in your 40s and overwhelmed, the takeaway is the same. You're not alone. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. A huge shout out to Wealthsimple for the research. I'll drop the link in the description below so you could take a deeper look. Let me know in the comments which of these 5 steps are you gonna be taking and hitting the hardest that you're gonna do right now. Until next time, take care of your money and I'll take care of you. I'll see you next week.